video to explain how to do concentration calculations. Now, there are two parts to this video, so start by talking through the bit that has to do with trilogy science, so that anybody that's doing what we call, or used to be called, double science, okay, so the trilogy science. Now this uses, asks you to calculate concentration in grams per decimeter cubed. Okay, grams per decimeter cubed. So there's a couple of parts to this, or a bit of chemistry that we need to know in order to be able to do this. And first of all, we may well have to convert from moles to grams, or MR to grams using moles, etc. So you've got to remember that it's a unit of mass, okay, unit of mass, and that this unit of mass is connected by this equation: moles equals mass over MR. So the MR is the relative molecular mass. So that's covered in another video. So if I just change colour, arrows all over the place here. So the MR is the relative molecular mass, and it's found by adding up the mass of all of the individual atoms in the compound. And then grams per decimeters cubed is our other bit. So grams per decimeter cubed, well, decimeters cubed is our other bit, sorry. And decimeters cubed is a unit of volume. Okay, so it's a unit of volume. But you have to be a little bit careful. So unit of volume. So you've got to be a little bit careful, because a lot of the time you will be given volumes in centimetres cubed. Now, there are 1,000 centimetres cubed in 1 decimeter cubed. So what that means, it means that to convert from centimetres cubed to decimeters cubed, you have to divide by 1,000, and if you have to convert the other way round, you have times by 1,000. Right? But it's really important that you actually do that conversion, because otherwise you won't get your answer correct. So you could be given all sorts of questions where they say, what is the concentration of this solution when there's 10 grams in 50 centimeters cubed, for example, or you could be asked how many grams you have to dissolve in 500 centimeters cubed of solution with this concentration. So what we're really saying here is that we need the formula. So the concentration is equal to the mass divided by the volume. Now, if you look at units, that tells you that that's your that is your formula. So that's the formula that you have to remember if you're doing trilogy science and trilogy science only. So the mass has to be in grams, and the volume has to be in decimeters cubed. So you need to be able to rearrange that equation, right? So just to give you the rearrangements, if you rearrange it and make volume the subject, it's equal to mass divided by concentration. And if you have to do mass calculations, it's equal to concentration by volume. Science, then you can stop the video here, because that in a nutshell is how you do concentration calculations. Okay? That's it in a nutshell. Right, so it's a case of using any one of these three arrangements of the equation, making sure that you remember the chemistry behind it, and then tackling whatever questions that you're actually faced with. Okay. If you are doing GCSE chemistry, then stay tuned, because we will just move a little bit further. So GCSE chemistry, what we used to call separate sciences or triple science. Separate sciences was even longer ago. So GCSE chemistry. So if you're doing the full GCSE, if you are a triple person, then you also have to be able to do concentration in, so it's not instead, it's also moles per decimeter cubed. Alright, moles per decimeter cubed. So still inherent behind these calculations is the fact that moles equals mass over mR. And it's still got your conversions from centimetres cubed into decimeters cubed. So the equation here, concentration equals moles divided by volume. And your rearrangements such that moles equals concentration times volume. Our volume is equal to moles divided by concentration. Alright, so hopefully that should make sense. And again, you should just be able to use any of those forms of the equation that you find yourself faced with in order to tackle whatever question it is that you're given.